to sit on down and sip the tea with the group chat. Bringing you tonight's tea of the week, gossip from the streets, what's trending, and what's cooking at Chit Chat Chew. This is the group chat with your hosts, the Travis Ware, Darius Williams, Troy Gaskins, and George Sloan. Now, let's chat.
What's up, you guys? It is the one, the only, represent the big and tall section all across the world. It is, ladies and gentlemen, Travis Ware, and welcome to the season premiere of the group chat. I am one of your hosts, Travis Ware. What's going on, George?
What is up? How are you?
What's going on, Mr. Darius?
What's going on, y'all? Let's chat.
And last but not least, the boom, Talk Live Tuesday, Troy.
What's going on, y'all? What's tea? Now, speaking of what's tea, now listen, this is a segment that's just going to be all about, the hottest topics, the celebrity gossip. And y'all already know, first on the list tonight, because it's been in the streets, it's hot, it's what everyone is talking about. We're going to get right into it. Recently August Alsina came out on the show and he brought a guy into his confessional portion with him as he introduced them that someone showed him love or someone is teaching him love. And during that part, once it, released, everyone's like, okay, well, August Alsina has come out as gay. And me personally, I felt like it was a coming out. He just didn't really announce it. But a lot of people have a lot to really say about him. Some people are saying that he didn't confirm it, so why are we saying that he's gay? And then other people are saying, that was his subtle way of coming out, So let's chat about it. Tell me what you guys think. What's tea?
Well, first we have to say allegedly. Okay. We don't know, man.
Do we?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay. We don't know if the man gay or not. But what we do know is, what's the young man's name? He was fine. So if they are a couple, hey, more power to them. I don't think they were gay. I think it's just brotherly love. But I mean, look how he embraces him. And I want somebody to grab on me like that.
I'm not gonna think that's a brotherly hug, George.
I think that's a brotherly hug. I hug people like this all the time in the funeral business. So, and I don't want them. So I get it. I think he was just showing just brotherly love. I mean, oh
no,
that hug was a little too tight,
honey. Our birth couple. I love it. I'm sorry, like
y'all are a hard crowd.
That's what it's giving me. Like
y'all are hard crowd.
He's giving me very much T Butch Queen. August Alsina is giving me very much T Butch Queen. He's finally come out. He's comfortable with himself. He doesn't really have to sit back and act hard in his photos anymore. He's giving very much, all of that. So I am.
So are we thinking this?
I don't
know.
So
what y'all thinking? Y'all thinking it's giving a verse relationship? Or y'all thinking it's more top, more bottom, two bottoms, two tops? What y'all think is giving?
This is what I'll say. I don't see an issue at all with them embracing each other in the way that they have. I think it's great to see two men embrace themselves, embrace each other in that way. And I think it's something that should be normalized and not automatically pitted as something that is homoerotic or gay. Hard stop. Hard stop. I would never expect such fanfare and such drama with someone just introducing their brother to an audience. So that's what makes me like pause and say, okay, is this a publicity stunt or is this you coming out? Like, did the network use this for clicks and views or did that man just subtly come out? But I guess, we'll just have to keep watching and see.
Well, what I will say is, I don't think that's a brother. I think that's more like bae, honey. Because at one given time, August Alsina, he has yet to clear the air. He has yet to say, that's my brother, my cousin, my uncle, my neighbor, my classmate, my roommate. That's his bae. That hug was a little too tight for me. I think both of them are actually doing the bending. I don't think it's a full top. I think they've taken turns bending each other over. If you look August Alsina bae, allegedly, he got some sucker lips on him. So I think both of them are doing the bending and one is definitely doing the slurping, okay?
Travis, this is not that type of show. And
This is a family show.
Say something to that.
Maybe a family show, but I know what I'm talking about.
Let me just say something. You know, my mother and my grandmother always said, sometimes no response is the best response. And we gonna let y'all run around here with chickens with no necks, trying to figure out if this man is in a gay relationship or not.
Well,
and then when they play the next episode and he introduces as his brother, what y'all gonna be saying?
Well, facts are the facts, and these are the facts. Fact number one, first of all, Travis, I totally agree with you because let me tell you, when they first hugged, when he sat down, it was given, I wanted to give him a kiss, but I didn't give him a kiss because I didn't know that probably would have been a little bit too much. So I gave him a hug and hugged him really tight because it looked very awkward. That's just throw that out there. Fact number one, August Alsina is the youngest of all of his siblings, hence to why everyone's saying that is not his brother. Fact number two,
brother?
August, excuse me?
It's his play brother.
Anyway,
they grew up in the same hood together.
Anyway, play brothers.
Speaking of hood, Travis, you need to get that video together down there in that corner.
Oh, Travis, what is going on?
Is this thing on?
Is this thing recording?
Checks ain't big enough.
Anyway, while we get that together, fact number two is August Alsina also liked the tweet when someone asked them, could they be a third in their relationship, and he seemingly liked the tweet. And when he liked that tweet, that set everybody up again because it's just like, why are you liking tweets and things like this when someone's bringing this up about you? I honestly feel like he know what's going on. Yes, it's publicity because we all know August, I love you down, but we all know August is a stunt queen. He stunted with Jada. He's stunted before with music. Like, this is what he does. So this is the perfect time for him to like really release that and come out with it. But he's doing it. Of course, he's not gonna say nothing. I won't say nothing either.
These are all
I'll let y'all keep assuming, knowing what I know.
These are all allegations.
I need to see this tweet that you talked about.
I mean, I do too, because who's paying attention to tweets?
We'll get that. Nina say I am a journalist and I have the facts. So I will get those facts.
You're a blogger.
You guys,
You're a blogger.
You're a blogger.
I will get them to you guys that as soon as
you are
possible.
a blogger from FAMU, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows.
Okay.
It.
Period. And you know it. FAMU, the best, the number one public HBCU in the nation. Yeah.
Okay,
with an award-winning journalism
to
school.
the number one private HBCU in the nation, the Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, who is this?
Oh,
I've
never even heard of that school. Speak about it.
That was not about you, Travis. That was not about you. Troy, I'm sorry. Go ahead with your announcement.
It's the lies for me.
But George, you didn't be worried about that perfect tennis award. That's all you got right now. Stay out of grown men's conversation.
Oh, so anyway, so we clearly are having a disagreement on that. Me and Travis are in agreement that that's his man. Darius and George are clearly alleged that that's not his man.
Alleging anything. I'm saying whether that's his man, whether that's his brother, it ain't got to do with me.
It
That's
don't.
business.
It doesn't, but at the same time, it's just like, but it's hot in the street, so it's just like, why not dig into it? Why not see what's going on?
Right,
but hopefully,
Troy.
on the next episode, he proves all of us wrong, or proves me right.
But can I say one more thing about that? Can I say one more thing?
Sure, Travis, go ahead.
Yes, love does win, but I think honestly, the gay community, we just proud that we got another member in our community. I think what that's boiled down to, the gays, we just proud, like, hey, we got another one. He a good looking one too. So I think everybody's happy and
Let
proud.
me just stop you for a second, Travis, because all our allies out there, and I don't want y'all to feel like you can't hug on your gay brother and people gonna automatically assume that you're gay, or your straight brother and people gonna assume that you're gay. So we want to make sure that we are being careful when we put out this narrative like that. Okay.
And
we're proud because other people can't hug each other. All I'm saying is,
but y'all gonna say that they gay.
But y'all feel like lesbians. But y'all felt like it was too affectionate, right? And I feel
they
like
almost
on the platform,
think about it. They almost.
But let me say this. I feel like on a platform when we address situations as such, right? Those who, as Darius just said, that kind of speaks to what they already think. And a lot of times, right, that's why we don't see a lot of straight men in in the world really connected with openly gay men. Because I know we all talking about it, but because of situations like this, right? What if I'm seen, am I automatically portrayed as a gay man because I have a gay best friend, or I have a gay brother, or I have a gay whatever the case may be. We have become our own biggest critics.
That's right.
I
And we
have
end
a
up,
gay, I have a gay, I have a straight best friend who I've been friends with forever. Like, he talks to me, you know, fluidly. He very much tries to, you know, speak with me on my level. And when I hug him or if I see him, he does give me a hug, but it's not to that extent. Like, if it's brotherly love, like, that's my brother, that's my best friend. Literally, there's nothing else with it. But when he hugs me, it's very much a, hey, bro, what's going on? Whatever case may have you. Sometimes it may be a dap. But that hug and how you can tell it was they literally were about to kiss from my point of view. And I get what you're saying. And I don't want anyone to feel that watches this to feel like, you know, straight men can't be friends with gay men, because they can, and it not be anything. It be strictly platonic. But at the same time, to me, from what I saw, that's just not what a gay is. Sorry.
So let me ask you a question. How often do y'all tell y'all friends, not family, how often do you tell your friends I love you?
every day.
Every day?
I talk to them, give me a bleep.
Thank you. Because this is not that type of show.
Every day I tell my friends I love. If I talk to them, I say I love you after every time I hang up or whatever. Hang up, love you, be safe.
Well, Troy, I've seen you a couple times and you didn't say that to me.
Well, maybe he's
not a friend.
We're not friends.
Maybe you're not his friend,
that's
or
what it
maybe
is.
he don't love you.
Well, you just stepped into the Atlantic Sea. You have to earn those stripes, baby. I don't give out friendships that easy anymore.
Ooh, anymore.
Okay, babes. You're winning tonight.
Okay.
All right.
All right. On to the next topic. So this topic is a little bit more on the serious side. We all know the story about Shanquella Robinson and her being killed in, I believe it was Mexico, and as she was out of the country with her friends on a trip. And, you know, originally it came back that she was killed, that she died from alcohol poisoning. But of course, once they did an autopsy and they got everything back, it said that she died from, you know, her neck being broken and spinal injuries. And then a couple of days later came out that, you know, she was in a fight with one of the friends that was on the trip with her, was beating her, and during that time, it then shook everything up and made everybody now look at their friend. Recently, reports came out that Mexico did issue an arrest warrant for that friend, and of course they will be taken back to Mexico, and where they will face charges for femicide and things of that nature. And I want to start off by saying, before I give you guys the floor, one is very sad, and two, I think that when people say you have to choose who your friends are, it's about choosing friends, but it's also about knowing your surroundings and knowing people, because people can be your best friend, people can be right next to you, and they be the people that's right next to you that be the most jealous and have the most hatred and be so envious of everything that you have going on. And I think that we have to just keep our eyes open, and when we're going out of town, really go out of town people that we think we can trust. And maybe she thought she could trust them, I don't know. But from what it seems like everybody in the house, to me, should be charged, not just that one friend, because y'all sat there, y'all recorded, y'all see everything that was going on. And I'm not going to get emotional because y'all know I'm a Cancer and I'm a crybaby. But I really think that it was a very, very nasty way that they did her. And I honestly don't feel like she deserved it. Even in the video, you could tell she didn't want to fight back. So I'm going to give someone else the floor because my eyes are getting teary.
I would just first, my condolences to the family, especially to her mom. I mean, if anyone watched a couple of the news interviews that she did, as expected with any mother, she is hurting, and then there are some glimpses out there at the with the funeral and at the cemetery, and just her mom. She is really in a hurting place right now. So much prayer her way and to the family. But one thing I want to say, y'all, there is so many stories and twists and turns to this, right? And when it was first announced and brought to our attention, you didn't know who to believe. Right. You didn't know who to believe. I mean, there's a guy saying, hey, I got there the next day. And then there's footage showing them fighting. And then they're all collaborating, saying, this is what happened. Now the detectives are saying, like, this is what happened. As a parent, how, you know, knowing that you can't get to your child, and then you're hearing 1,000 different stories within 72 hours. Like, I can only imagine how devastating that is. It's just a real sad case. Until Troy's point, I preach this all the time. Just because they sit at the table with you, baby, does not mean they there to break bread with you. You must be cognizant of the company you keep. And unfortunately, she felt that this was company that was great company or good company, and it ended this way. It's a very sad story. Very sad story.
It is. I'm a little confused with this particular case, because some of her friends that was actually on the trip, these are not friends she'd have known for a few months or a year or two. Some of these people she actually grew up with. They don't went to family trips. They don't met her mom, don't met her family members. And for them just to sit back and just allow the girl to fight. Obviously, she wasn't fighting back, and you could tell she didn't want to fight back. And I just really want to know what led up to that fight for her to be on the ground, not fighting back, and then have one of her friends holding the camera recording the fight, and then turn around and say, can you at least hit back? No, break up the fight. You see she's not fighting back and she's on the ground. Help your so-called friend out and help her break up the fight. Don't just watch and see her get brutally beat up. I didn't like that. All the
reasons to why I feel like they all should be charged, honestly.
And then to turn around and you call her mom, and I'm not gonna get emotional on this either, but you then turn around, you call her mom and said she was drunk, and then the autopsy comes back and she didn't have any alcohol at all. You guys all wasn't cohesive with this, and you all conjure up this lie because you all felt guilty in some type of way. You all allegedly played a part in this. Like, it was nobody on that trip to say or call her mom back and say, hey, your daughter really was not drunk. This what really happened. But y'all all sat together and say, oh, well, let's come up with this lie and say she was drunk and she had alcohol in her system. She didn't have any in her system. I didn't like it.
That's just adding insult to injury. And whoever thought it was a great idea to let's come up with this story and we're going to all keep to this story, they're fool. Because if you think that this girl just passed away or just died, and they're not going to do an autopsy to see what was going on, I don't even know who thought that was a smart idea. So now all y'all need to be punished for lying. So everybody, to Troy's point, everybody need a little bit of something.
Even before I let you speak, Darius, literally even the guy that came and said that he wasn't there when she was killed, but came in after the fact and still went along with the story, baby, you need to be punished too. You need to be gone sitting on the stand too, because if you came there a day, you asked where she was and no one said where she was, and you didn't try to figure out whatever, and then I'm pretty sure at some point you found out what happened, so therefore you didn't say anything either until you got back to the States. You need to go on back and be on trial with the rest of them.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. My condolences to the family, but I think you all have covered it and nailed it. It's just you have to be mindful, and even with people that you know and trust, you shouldn't have to be on alert like that with people that you know and that you trust. But this is just a testament that you never really know what people are capable of or what people could be up to. So you just have to be mindful at all times. So my condolences to her family.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely.
Totally agree.
Definitely.
Such a sad story. Troy, back to you.
What's next on What's Tea? So, of course, we all know lately Atlanta has been really wild with break-ins, car break-ins, and shootings. And a couple nights ago, there was a shooting in Atlantic Station that took the life of a 12-year-old young boy. There was an altercation that happened in traffic, and during that altercation, shooting, shots rung out, and the young boy was struck along with others, and he lost his life at the hospital. And, being that Georgia is an open carry state, it's kind of starting to seem like, people are just using guns loosely, and people are just losing their life senselessly. And to know that a 12-year-old boy will not be able to see 18 or be able not be able to get to live the rest of his life, it kind of is very just, I don't know, it doesn't sit right with me. But Darius, we're gonna start off with you this time, and just because you've been in Atlanta for a while and you know Atlanta, so chat with us about just shoot the things that have happened in Atlanta and just this particular story.
I mean, I think that crime in Atlanta is nothing new. I think we're dealing with a few things. We're dealing with a mental health pandemic in addition to the COVID-19 pandemic and just the residuals of this whole, people being shut down and locked down. And then, you let people out and now it's just like violence is at an all-time high. And then I also just question whether violence is at an all-time high or is it that social media is really there to highlight things that you might not have seen otherwise unless a news station was tipped off. Because now in Atlanta, if you see two police cars outside of a Dollar General, there's going to be somebody with a camera talking about ATL Scoop, and we'll see that within 3 seconds of it happening.
Right.
So, and then I also think that parents have just gotten so lax because why is a 12-year-old out, or I'm not sure what the situation is, but where were his parents? Like, what's going on that you are in a situation where guns can be involved at this time of night? So I just think that we have to be vigilant and we also have to be mindful. As I keep saying, that's going to be my word of the night, be mindful, because, Atlanta is not just some place that's completely safe. This is a metro city. It's a large metro city. And another thing that's happening as the city becomes gentrified, people are being left behind and they're looking for ways to recoup, or to make a quick lick. And it's a shame because I feel like policy could combat a lot of this. Schools and mentorship could combat a lot of this. Programming could combat a lot of this. But instead, it's like our city is in peril and all we can do is holler ATL Scoop.
I agree, and I think that we now need to just I think that gun law needs to be turned around, and I also feel like people should not be able to use guns so loosely. But I also saw that there's a councilwoman here in Atlanta, and she is now pushing for kids under the age of 17 to have a curfew at 7:00 p.m. I think 7:00 is a little bit too early. I would definitely give it maybe 9 or 10, but I don't think that the 7:00 curfew is, logical or realistic. But I do think that there should be a curfew for the kids underage to be home or to be in the house at a certain time, because to have children losing their lives and just senseless gun violence is just sick to me.
I mean, I agree with everything you guys have said. It's just sad. Like, of course, we want change and we wanted to get better, but do we honestly do we think it's going to get better when it comes to guns? Because I feel like the older and older we get it, and I just feel that it's getting worse and worse and worse. Because if you go back 15 years, or even go back when we was in high school or elementary school or middle school, we didn't hear about gun violence like this. And I think the older we get and the more generation that's coming in and they're watching these videos and watching these rappers say, not blaming on the rappers. I'm not blaming on the rappers at all. But they're getting influenced by something or someone or something that's making them want to use a gun instead of back in the day we used to fight with our fists.
Right. And speaking of shootings, while we're on that subject, of course, a shooting that happened in South Carolina, I believe it was. Or was it? No, Chesapeake, Virginia. It was Virginia, with the guy that worked at the Walmart and he shot and killed, the employees. He was the manager. He shot and killed the employees in the break room, as well as left others injured. And you have some people that survived, of course. But just with that situation, do you think that he, being the letter that came out, do you think he was, in a horrible mental space and they drove him to that? Or do you think that how people are saying that it was planned and it was just something that he was willing to or planning to do? Or do you think that it was just like a mental issue?
I think it's a combination of everything you just said. Obviously, he had to plan it because if you base it on the note that he wrote that the authorities found in his phone, I think it was a combination of everything. And it's unfortunate that I kind of got a little sad reading that because I'm like, damn, somebody that's dealing with a mental health issue and having all these issues, like, what's the proper resources? What is Walmart providing their employees when they're having these issues? Obviously, this is not nothing new. This is something that's ongoing. So I kind of felt sad about it all. Yeah. But then at the same time, like, what will push somebody to that point to go in there and want to take someone else's life and then turn around and you take your own life?
I'll tell you, paranoia and schizophrenia. And I mean, I can't confirm that that's what he was suffering from, but just reading the note, it can be deduced. And I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but from my studies and from what I've been able to read and ascertain, it was giving paranoia and schizophrenia. And I can see how, people might be, treat him some type of way, because I know how crass people can be at times, especially when it comes to dealing with people who do suffer with mental health issues. But I just think that is incumbent upon all of us to take care of our own mental health and be responsible for our own mental health. So I would hate to victim blame or to say that, someone was pushed to this point. I think that we have to do a better job of advocating, and especially in our community, we have to normalize getting the help that you need instead of automatically writing someone off as crazy or more derogatory terms. We have to make sure that we empower the people in our community to actively take care of their mental health so they don't reach a breaking point like this that results in people losing their lives, or even worse, you taking your own life.
Yeah, and I agree with all that you just said. I really believe, y'all, we're living in different times, and we never know like what is on a person's mind, and so
right.
That's why even driving, like I'm so cognizant now. Like, baby, if you got that type of road rage and you really trying, first of all, if you really trying to get there, you should have left yesterday.
You got it.
Let me just put that down. But I'm no longer in a space of trying to match your energy, because I don't, my windows are limo tint. Okay. You don't know what I got behind my windows, and I damn sure don't know what you have behind your windows. So we're just living in times now where you really, you can walk past a person, they look normal as hell, and
10 minutes
next
later,
thing you know, there's bullets flying. And it's so much going on. It makes you just really want to stay in the house, to be honest.
Honestly, and I say that all the time, like and which we all know, I told you guys that someone broke into my car this week as well, during the same night as the shooting that happened at Atlanta Station. And it just kind of just be like, if I would have stayed home and cooked like I had been doing the last couple weeks, I probably wouldn't have had this issue. And I can't blame myself, but it's just like, you don't even want to leave your car unattended anywhere. You can't even go eat at a restaurant and have a good time without, feeling like you're in danger or your life being in danger. And I feel like you said, we're living in different times. Everything is just everywhere now. And, it just makes you feel very unsafe. Even when I'm at work, y'all, I promise you, being in a store where so many people come in and out each and every day, I'm literally constantly looking at people's hands, looking at people, their body language, looking at how people are, because I just automatically think like at any given moment, this person, that person could literally pull out a gun and just start shooting, and especially in malls and stuff like that. So it's difficult to be in a place where it's a big crowd and so many people, because you just never know who's in that crowd that would do something like that.
Yeah,
you're right. And
we're people are crazy in general, respectfully, so I use that word. But now we're in the holiday season, so that adds to on top of the crazy. So now we got people who are out here, just already crazy, and now we have the new crazies that has added to the holiday. And as we talked about the young man who lost his life down at Atlantic Station, my condolences to his family. I mean, it's just so sad. It's really we're living in, my grandma used to say, we're living in our last days. And I was a kid when she used to say that. And I was like, what is she talking about? But as a 34-year-old adult now, I get it. Like, times are just different. Times are totally different.
But
and I don't know where it's gonna be.
To that point, I would even say like 7 years ago, I was robbed at gunpoint, leaving my apartment complex. And I've had such a complex about choosing a place to stay over the past 7 years, just based off of that one instance. And I remember after the man robbed me, took everything, I called the police came, and they pulled out like 7 thick binders, like this thick. And they wanted me to go through and look at the faces of all these men to see if I could identify the person who had robbed me. And as I got past like the 4th or 5th page, and I'm noticing all of these black men, and I'm just supposed to, in a state of shock, choose one to say, this is the one who just stood me up at gunpoint. It's it's ridiculous. And you know, it's something that we have to be careful about, because in that moment, all I could think was, what must you be going through in your life that you need the $200 phone that I have, or the little $50 in cash that I have? I don't carry cash no more, so don't y'all come up to me in the streets. But what must you be going through? What type of times must you have fallen on that this is what you have resorted to? So that's why I always go back to, like, what policies are in place? Like, what are we doing to make sure that people aren't being left behind as the city continues to grow? We love to see it. We love to see the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But how many people were displaced from, you know, affordable housing because of that project? We love to see Atlantic Station. We love to see the, you know, the university systems growing. But how many people are being displaced from affordable housing and turned into the streets because the city is outgrowing them? And I think that we really have to do a better job. Everyone is always talking about affordable this and all of that, but Atlanta is not an affordable place to stay
anymore.
Anymore, right? And it's only getting worse. And I think that crime is one of those unintentional consequences of the city growing in the way that it has grown and displacing people the way it has displaced. So we have to make sure that we address this not just from a person by person basis, but from a larger standpoint of what is the city doing about this crime. And I'm not talking about putting more police on the street.
Yes, Darius Luther King.
Okay.
Yes.
Only on Thursdays.
Yes. But anybody else have anything to say? If all hearts and minds are clear, we're gonna get on to the next thing.
Let's do it.
Troy. Now, this is actually my favorite topic of the night, because we get to talk about my cancer sister, Porsha. I'll take your man Williams, baby.
Yeah.
So, of course, over the weekend, Porsha got married to Simon. Of course, we know the story about Porsha. Porsha went to Simon's house with Fallon on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Porsha dapped him up, gave him a fist pump, baby. Fallon and Simon started going through their issues, and next thing you know, Porsha is telling Dennis that on Porsha's show that Simon is her man, baby. And baby, it went from it being her man to being her fiance, and now being her husband. Yes,
Porsha. Throw it, girl. Throw it.
Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and condone this with y'all. I'm not finna sit here. I love Porsha down. I love Porsha.
Watch your mouth.
Down, okay?
I love Porsha. Boo.
But what I'm not gonna do is sit here and condone this. Okay.
What is it?
Now I do want to be a fly on the wall to see how they went from dapping up to, yo, what's your phone number? One thing I say about Porsha, she gonna secure the bag. Now, what I do want to know is this she signed a prenup? Do y'all think he made her sign a prenup?
I don't know. I would love to get into that to know if she did, but
it doesn't matter.
I don't think Porsha did. No.
Porsha left her marriage.
Let me tell you something though. Being a full-blown blooded cancer baby, we don't go. I know how it may seem, but we don't go into something. And once we get into it, and once we know that it's real, because let me tell you, we may be at the beginning of a relationship, or not even a relationship, or dating someone, and we may straddle the fence with whoever, not necessarily say we doing anything too much, but we may straddle the fence a few times. But let me tell you something, once we know that person is our person, oh baby, we're all in. So for me personally, I think that Porsha loves this guy. I think that she wants to be with him, and I think that no, she didn't sign a prenup, because at that point, if she signed a prenup, it's gonna make you. It would have made her feel like, dang, you really feel like I don't love you. Think I'm here for your money? I feel like no, she didn't sign a prenup. I feel like she loves Simon. You can see the smile on her face. That is her man. Period.
I don't know, Troy. I feel like Porsha. What we've seen of Porsha is, like you said, Porsha is a hopeless romantic. We've seen it season after season after season, from Cordell to Duke to Todd to, you know, Dennis to Simon. We've seen it season after season. Porsha is a hopeless romantic. And one thing that I will always remember about Porsha is that she left that marriage with Cordell broken penniless. Well, not broken penniless, but she left. She did not take anything from him. So I'll just talk about Porsha being a gold digger. Porsha wanted to dig for some gold. She would have hit Cordell's pockets before she left.
But does Cordell have pockets to hit?
He was a Falcons
That don't mean
He had a few little coins.
He had a few
Okay.
coins.
How they
Then
were living.
we
Oh,
fact
but not
check.
a crime.
They could have
Can
liquidated
we
their
fact
assets.
check?
George.
They could have
Can we
liquidated
fact
them
check? Can we
assets.
go
Got
out
a
to
couple
Google
of
really
coins.
quick and see what his assets are? What's his net worth?
Well, you look it up while I complete my statement. Porsha.
Oh.
I'm sorry. You know, I'm Team George, baby. I'm Team George. Let me shut up.
Oh, I can go somewhere else if I'm gonna be treated like this. Yeah.
Travis is already trying to give you the pink slip, sweetheart.
Okay.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
I love it. I feel like
Go
the wedding was beautiful. It was a
yeah.
star-studded event. I don't know what the hell my girl Nene had on, but I love it anyway.
I like Nene outfit.
I feel like, you know,
Was Nene there? I haven't seen, but let me go ahead.
I feel like it was a little much to be somebody's, not the age shame, but somebody's grandmother. I don't want to see your nipple.
She is.
Oh no, I did see Nene's outfit.
Hold it.
I did see Nene's
someone's
outfit.
grandmother. I believe she has like 2
Yes,
black babies. But what's wrong with somebody her age wearing something sexy like that? Somebody
honestly, I don't want to see.
wearing that. We wouldn't be saying that.
Honestly, I say the same thing about Lizzo.
You don't say that about your girl Candy.
I just don't think. I think that you can be,
Don't.
You don't say that about your girl Candy when she on the gram switching outfits, looking sexy for her man, talking about she finna.
Whose girl is Candy?
Ain't that your girl?
Candy who?
Burris.
Let's continue the conversation because I said I wasn't gonna get on this platform and disparage nobody.
Let me just say this real quick.
I
would have loved to see at this wedding. I would have loved to see Phaedra Park.
Where's Phaedra?
But when I tell you I know Phaedra, first of all, Phaedra is my. I'm not gonna even say my sister. Phaedra is like my friend in my head.
Are we making a connection, George?
He messy just like her.
Are we making a connection?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what's in y'all cups, but let me have them.
No, I'm saying I love Phaedra.
Let me have them.
I love Phaedra, George. I love that lady.
I love Phaedra down. Okay, I would have loved to see Phaedra at the wedding. I know she would have slayed the look. I really want to know where their relationship. But I guess if you're not invited to my wedding,
but who said she wasn't invited? She was in Paris with the boys, honey.
Yes, Phaedra was living her best.
Is that fact or is that allegedly?
Well, that's what she posted on Instagram.
Okay.
Well, last time I saw Phaedra, she was at the Popeyes inside in the dine-in. She was getting her a Cajun turkey with her son.
Real shit?
Oh, real shit. She was at Popeyes getting the Cajun turkey.
Did you see her with your eyes or somebody sent you a picture? Because we know how
it's
you
a
move.
Picture of Phaedra and her son.
Oh, okay. So you did not see her. Okay, go ahead.
I said what I said, and what
you said was a lie.
Okay.
And what you said was a lie. You said I saw. You ain't see her.
George, you already on a corrective action plan. Do you want to know?
Do you want to do this?
Do you?
Who gets to correct her when this happens? Who corrects her when this happens?
Well, let's see. George, you know what? I'll step in because at the end of the day, neither one of you are bets like me on this brand. So I can hold ahead at this point.
Travis, sweetheart. Troy, sweetheart. Listen, we're in the same place, okay? And your book is your video is where mine is.
Is
Amazon. But go ahead.
Well, I'm just happy to be here, and thank you so much to the producers for letting me. They treat me real good over here, y'all. They feed me. They
welcome, Darius.
I gotta keep my job, baby. I gotta keep my job.
Okay. Do we have time for one last topic?
Yeah, Troy.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Yes, back to me. Yes. Okay. So the last topic that I want to talk about. Let's get into it. So Kanye West said that he's running for presidency again, and he's planning to do it in 2024. And if you notice, he got all his Balenciaga wear out of his warehouse and put Yay 24 on it, and it's supposed to be allegedly selling these items on his site for $20 or less. Coming soon. At what point do we think Kanye should give up trying to run for president or even trying to battle with his good friend Trumpy And like, at what point, like, do we feel? Because I'm pretty sure we all know
Yesterday.
Kanye is not going to win presidency. So, like, what's T?
He needs to be headed to the same place that Trump hit. They both need to be locked up, throw away the key, and cast them out into the sea of forgiveness. I'm so sick of it. I can't talk about that man another day in my life. Y'all take it away.
It's draining, you know. But here's the thing, y'all. Here's the realistic piece. Okay, Herschel Walker. I mean, so what we do know is, you know, when we were growing up, and our teachers used to tell us, you can be anything you put your mind. You can be anything you put your mind to. And at this point, I don't know what the hell is going on here in the United States. What I would like to do is pack my shit over to Canada, okay, so I get free health benefits and all that type of stuff. But I think Kanye needs help that none of us can give him, and he needed that like yesterday. Allegedly. Yeah. Let me say allegedly, because I don't want him to come after me personally. Allegedly. He needed that like yesterday. Okay.
People who struggle with bipolar disorder are speaking out saying, please stop saying that that's what's making Kanye act the way that he's acting, because it makes him look bad. Now, Kanye got to do better. But back to your point, George, I wrote a book telling children they can be whatever they want to be. I'm about to pull it off the shelves.
Listen, and shout out to the book. Don't mean to get away from what we're talking about, but shout out to the book. Do we have a link for the book?
Well, I'm gonna post a commercial. We'll do that later.
Okay, but shout out to the book. Here's the book. If you want to go and purchase your book, go ahead and get you one right now.
I'm pulling
for the holidays.
But no, you can be anything you want to be. But at this point, I feel like the United States is a mockery. Like, there's no one taking this seriously. Like, I'm sitting here. Let me tell y'all, for the last couple of days, I've been thinking, like, who will be if Joe Biden does not run in 2024? Who would be the next Democrat, presidential candidate? Like, I just cannot think of like who would even step up to fill, that seat. And it's just like, is Trump our only option?
No, man, Joe done already told everybody. This is for me, y'all. Joe said he was doing a second time. Joe said I need my peace of mind. Okay, let me get back to eating and living on top of the world, because this right here, this is ghetto right here. Period.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the way that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have run the country so far. But yeah, it is time for him to take rest. It is.
He don't fail too many times. Life Alert ain't gonna be covering him every time he don't fall.
But that goes back to saying again, though, y'all. We're living in different times. Because listen, I can remember when Bill Clinton scandal was going on, baby. My mom there was still.
How old are you?
I would hate to bring my other daughter. She been waiting to dance with the devil. Okay. Now, if you meant to be a hood bitch, be a hood bitch. But if you're not, don't be one.
Leave that daughter in the house, please leave her
classy. I'm real classy based. I don't do all of that.
Oh, period. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I can think of a few things, but let's go to the next topic.
Oh, well, that's all I have for today on What's Tea, y'all. Listen, I think that those topics were perfect, and I just think that, I just love getting to the tea and what's going on out here in these streets. So let me tell y'all, each and every Thursday, I will be bringing you What's Tea here on the group chat. Travis, back to you.
You guys, we're actually going to take a commercial break, but when we come back, it's time for Chit Chat Chew. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after this.
Now I lay me down to sleep. Now I pray the Lord that I wake.
Styles by Howard. Did you miss me?
I pray the Lord that I wake.
Welcome back to the group chat. Listen, it is time to chit, chat, and true honey. Hosted by me. You guys, we got a quick meal. Listen, if you're trying to get you some, I'm telling you, this meal right here, I just found out about it today, honey, and it's gonna bless your entire life. Honey, shata. Oh, I thank them. Listen, we're gonna be making some tacos, not just regular tacos. We're gonna be making Cajun shrimp spicy Taki tacos, and I'm telling you, it's gonna bless your life. And I'm gonna tell y'all what we got cooking, and then let's get into it. All right, let's chit chat chew.
You said
Right,
you're gonna get
guys,
some after eating all this spicy shit.
You need. This
Is
all
that
you need is easy items. Easy is less than 10 items. You
I'm
can
not
go
interested.
to Walmart or the Kroger's or Target or whatever and get it. Listen, you need some unsalted butter because you know Big Mama said we all got high blood pressure, okay? You're going to use a little bit of Creole salt season. This all you need. You ain't going to need a lot. A little creamy sriracha sauce. A little bit of coleslaw. 2 tacos, honey. Because you supposed to be eating this before your man come over. So you're going to test it out. Because you can't eat a whole meal if you plan on getting bent over. You're going to only eat 2 tacos. Don't eat 3 because you're going to have a mess. A little bit of medium-sized shrimp already peeled. Some parsley for decoration. And listen, y'all. Get you a condom, honey, because you know them tops be coming up to your house and they ain't got one. They be trying to stick to you. Raw, honey. We don't do nothing raw, honey. We're going to have protection, honey. Keep that ready for you. It's going to bless your life, all right? All right, y'all. We're going to make it very, very simple. Look, we got 30 minutes. Your man supposed to be coming over here and all that stuff. I already washed my hands. I said you don't do raw.
I said, do you not do raw with your man?
Mind your business. I wash my hands. Okay? Now, you're going to only put a little butter. Now, you're going to kind of, you sizzle it up. You don't need a big pot now. You just need one little small little pot. You don't need a lot, honey. You don't need it. This is non-stick. You ain't got no salt or nothing in here. Just unsalted butter, non-stick. And listen, shrimp only take not too long to make. You're going to dump the shrimp in here. Now, don't overcook your shrimp. Bitches like to overcook their shrimp. Like, they like to have too many partners. All right? But mind your business. It's only going to be just a few. You're going to let that brown a little bit. You can necessarily put some more butter in here afterwards. You don't want a lot. You don't want to have high blood pressure or diabetes or your sugar or anything like that. My neck and my back, my pussy and my crack. But anyway, George, this is something that you can do. I know you don't like to cook, and I know you always press for time because you be at work all day. But this would definitely keep you a man. This is an easy thing, And you're gonna put a little bit of seasoned salt, little seasoned salt, little season. Don't put a lot. Just put to your taste. And you know what I'm saying? Nothing major.
Do you flip them?
Troy, I know you know how to cook, and I know your friend. He know how to cook shrimp too, honey.
Well, he know how to cook shrimp, lobster. You know how to cook shrimp, lobster tails, all that good stuff. You was the one. You the only one that got to eat the shrimp and lobster tails.
Yeah, I kind of stole the recipe from him. This is what I thought was in it, So I decided to test this out just a little bit. That's why I'm hoping this was in there. I don't know, but you just do that. Now we only use a little bit of parsley. You're not gonna use a lot of parsley. Now don't use this is fresh parsley. This ain't the parsley you get from Dollar Tree. This is fresh, cut up parsley.
But what's wrong with the parsley from the Dollar Tree?
Ain't nothing wrong with it, but you want fresh when you trying to keep a man, honey. He ain't gonna come back if you use that canned stuff, honey. You gonna do all of that.
That food should be the only thing keeping your man to come back.
Well, that good booty hole keep your man coming back too, but you gotta feed him too, honey, because he can get booty anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Let's wrap these little shrimp tacos up.
Now what you gonna do is you just gonna flip them. These are done. You gonna let this brown just a little bit more. Now you don't need a lot of seasoning. You don't need to add garlic powder,
but whatever.
None of that stuff. These are baby shrimps because don't get the baby shrimps because you're gonna have Oompa Loompa shrimps. Get the medium size because these are bite size for your tacos. Okay. All right. That's
who all gonna eat off that?
Excuse me. And you're gonna turn your eye off, honey.
Who all gonna eat off that?
This is a snack just for you. And then with the power of TV, honey, it's gonna be good. Honey, it's good.
That look good.
And now we do look good.
And then you're gonna put it on. Now, if you really want to get a little jazzy, if you really want to show him what you got going on in here, all you gotta do is just put a little lime on, a little lime, a little juice. All you gotta do is look at it. At it. How did it be? Ho ho ho! That's what he gonna do when you finish. And then you just do it like this. And get a little Tito's. Now, you can't drink a whole bottle of Tito's because you gotta be ready because he gonna want you to do some stuff. All you drink a little Tito,
I want to see you take a bite of it, Travis.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I don't think you should be eating those if you're trying to buy them. Sorry.
Oh, you right about that. But you got, I'll let you know now. I already had one that's really, really good. Listen, I'm telling you now, this is a quick meal. It's literally going to take you 10, 15 minutes. You see, we had 30 up now. You ain't got no dishes to wash. Just put the dishes in the washer and all that stuff. And make sure you get one of these, honey. They sell them at the Dollar Tree, the drugstore, Kroger's, CVS, Walgreens, Eckerd's, Primetime, Amazon, every place. And, honey, you got a meal, honey. This has been Chit Chat Chew, hosted by me. Go ahead and make that bill and comment down there. Let me know what your man thinks. Back to you.
All right, you guys. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And then after this quick break, we're going to come right back. We got some funny little things happening, you know, right here on the group chat. Y'all, stay tuned. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the group chat here on Chasing Reality. And, you know, we're going to get into the last little segment of tonight. And we're going to talk about, or really just show you guys a few funny clips that we've, you know, endured over the week, this week, just to give y'all a little laughter because, you know, laughing is good for the soul. George, over to you, boo.
Thank you. You know, laughter is good for the soul. Let me tell you, we've talked about a lot of stuff tonight. And so we're going to end on a high note. So we're going to take a look at a couple funny clips that had us crying. Roll the clips.
Wait,
baby, if not until next week was the first.
Wait, play that one more time. Oh my God! How is he still alive? Or she's still alive like that?
That is
his head has to be hurting so. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm cringing.
No, y'all. So tell me why the first time I saw this video, y'all see whatever is falling right there out of their hand. Why did I think that was that person's head?
Is it not?
That's not the head.
No, the head was rolling off the side of the step.
Listen, play it one more time. Play it one more time. Play it one more time.
And look, pay attention to the left-hand corner of the screen.
Play it one more time. Play it one more time.
Oh, I thought that was that person's head, child, just rolling down the steps. That's a mess.
If I say if I was talking to next week,
I can't.
I want to grab my contacts out.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That was just crazy to me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, we have another one. Roll it. We have another one for you guys. Roll it.
That is too much.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
What is this?
Travis, that's not like you.
The bitch jumping. Woo! Y'all can't make this up. It is 12:39 and it is late in Atlanta. And I don't know what to do. That thing is over there. It won't still child. Bitch, get your ass off my thing.
You're in the hood now, baby.
Out.
Why?
I got her out. She right there.
Why you ain't just grab it with your hand?
Oh,
was it a frog?
That was
Oh
a
my
baby
God.
frog.
Oh my God. So you afraid of pets? I mean, bugs, insects?
There ain't no bug. There was no insect. That was a big baby bitch. That bitch was jumping at me. You think I'm about to put?
Oh, it was a frog.
Oh, you're not gonna get a wart just by grabbing it.
Listen. I ain't know they on the Lifetime channel and on the Zeus network and on Planet Fitness. On the TVs on the treadmill, they had the little thing playing over there, and the thing jumped and then killed them. I ain't taking the risk.
No, don't take
Travis, that probably was a green little tree frog from out the door. You could have picked that up.
Okay, you could have picked that up in your hands.
Well, next time
I'm from the country. We grab lizards,
the basement door open overnight. Y'all gonna come over here and you gonna get that frog out. How about that?
But that's
aren't you your team. Where your man at?
Okay. He was at work. I actually called them, you know, and I was
you
like,
called
hey,
who?
Merch. I called Ori. This was an emergency. I was like,
I
want to come home immediately.
So you wanted that man to leave his job to come home and do what?
To come get it.
To get what?
The frog.
you and that fraud would have been outside if you would have called me. Yeah.
If I would have got
somebody's house to go to.
Period. Because if I would have got home and seen it was a fraud, yeah, you would have been outside with the fraud, and I would have been in my bed asleep.
Yeah.
Because I
it's different though, Troy. You got somewhere for the fraud to live. All that green space back there, you got somewhere for the fraud to actually live and inhabit in your house.
Oh.
So what you saying? What you saying?
That's how you feel
Travis
about
house
me?
don't have
First of
proper
all,
oxygen?
The trees in the back, yeah. The fraud will have some place to stay.
they can't live there. It's fake.
All right, guys. So while y'all going through that and trying to figure out, I can tell you right now, Trav, you've been outside. But I think we got one more clip. Let's roll our last clip.
See, that's the problem. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't address what people do. I have addressed her. She cannot be here. Y'all want me to do it on camera? Y'all want me to do it on camera? She needs to go. She can't control herself. She gotta go. She wanted to do all that. That's all she wanted to do. Bitch, I'm not in no competition with you. I don't see you in that letter. We don't go to the same spots. We're not on the same charts. We don't have the same opportunities. We're not in the same lane. I can be cool with you. Why? The shit that pisses me off is why y'all talking to me. I ain't talking. I want to say this. I'm gonna move. Like I said, I'm not.
With some good shrimp.
First of all.
So
I
there
got
were
one thing to say.
tacos.
This is the most epic scene in Chase of Reality of epic history. One. Second of all, let me tell you, I don't know who I was more pissed at. Kendra or Travis ass still sitting there eating and ignoring every the fuck thing that was going on and not helping de-escalate any type of situation.
If my business was a person,
they were punching hard.
that was Travis.
Baby, he was minding his business, dad. Like, baby was over there eating boots. Like, I didn't even pay attention to Travis eating the food the whole entire time until I seen it and we replayed it. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, ooh,
They had too many people trying to break that fight up. Wayne, Troy, Kendra, they were punching hard. And I was like, I don't want to get hit. We paid money to eat. I came to eat. They had it under control. I took me another plate. I actually asked production, did they have it in aluminum foil? Because I was going to take it home because anybody was worried about the food. Everybody was outside with tripods and said, you're going to die and all that stuff. I was like, child, let me go ahead and grab this food while everybody about to die, honey, because it's going to be myself.
Travis, that wasn't everybody. That wasn't everybody. That was Troy, and that's why I'm glad that we're doing this virtually because he is a liability, and they ain't got my insurance paid up.
But growth is
we gonna have to check
thing.
that.
Growth is a
don't
beautiful
ask
thing.
how know all of
Make
y'all
sure your
answers.
insurance paid up if you're gonna be on Chasing with Tag. Tag did it. Boom.
Boom. Period.
Ooh.
Oh my God, that was so funny. That was so funny.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure working with you guys tonight here on the group chat. Any other final words before we, check out of this play?
Darius, go get your insurance updated, child.
I'm gonna have to get it paid up, and I'm gonna also get some of that life insurance. And George, make me look pretty when they take me up out of here, okay?
Oh, I'll do the best that I can. I got to work with what I got.
But I do want to say we are in runoff elections in Georgia. I know we touched on it just a little bit. This is runoff election season. This week is early voting. Some counties have weekend voting, so check out your county and see what the voting options are. Election day is December 6th, I want to say. Let me double check that real quick. Is that
It
correct?
is December.
Okay,
Yes,
so election day
December
is December 6th. So just whatever you do, make sure that you get out and cast your vote because as you can see, it was very close. There's no reason that Raphael Warnock should be in a runoff against Herschel Walker unless we're talking about a football game or something like that. So I want y'all to act like y'all know and go and vote. My grandma always says a sorry dog that won't wag his own tail. So y'all wag y'all tails on down to the polls and cast the ballot for Raphael
put
Warnock.
that go vote on there. You know that man holding that sign be like, vote. Don't he say go vote or something? Yeah. Put that up in there. Yeah.
And I got one last thing to say as well to piggyback off of Darius. Of course, we did talk about the shootings that are happening out here in the world. First of all, everyone be safe and be aware of their surroundings. And second of all, make sure that you do take care of your mental health and make sure that if you are feeling, any kind of way, if you are, down and depressed or dealing with anxiety or whatever it may be that you're dealing with mentally, please find help, seek help to help you with those issues. And if you don't know someone, we can, or reach out to someone that can point you into the right direction because mental health is very important here in the LGBTQ community as well as the Black community and all other communities as well.
Well, you guys, it has been a great time on the group chat. Listen, we will see you next Thursday. We got some special stuff coming on next Thursday. But you guys, I'm Travis Ware.
I am Tag Did It the Boom.
I'm Darius.
I'm George.
And we are the group chat. Good night.
We're going to need you to stick to making tacos, Travis.
Stick. Who are you talking to?
That
Oh, that was you singing, George? Oh, that was beautiful.
Okay.
I just can't win for losing. I'm sorry.